Is there any chance that you're ever going to get a lot of publicity out to the public? Like, will a movie be ever made about it, or a TV series on PBS, or something to really get this thing out? Because I was thinking of people that I could tell, but how many can one person reach? I mean, you need a lot of publicity, it seems.
Can I answer that?
Yeah. Okay, you need publicity.
Yeah, I want you to work with me. I like you. Okay, a couple of things that many of you in the audience may not know, and I apologize that some of us did not mention it, but there was a very small study done by the National Cancer Institute. They funded a preliminary study. Am I calling it correctly? The best case series. There were 6 of us survivors that were selected. They were the best of the macrobiotic survivors. From that study, the committee that reviewed the results, made up of MDs and PhDs at the National Cancer Institute Office of Complementary and Alternative Medicine. Anyone correct me if I'm wrong on this. From that study, they unanimously decided that there was enough valid medical results from all of us that were involved, the 6 of us. Judy was one, I was one, Janet was another one, and there were 3 others. Okay, so you have 3 of us here out of the 6. And unfortunately, the bigger study never did take place, but they did decide that the results were valid enough. I signed off on about 5,000 medical releases. I remember every day, we need this hospital, this doctor, whatever. My tissue samples were frozen at Mass General's lab, wherever it was, in Somerville, Mass, for 18 years. So they actually had my tissue samples. So I can tell you that that was one thing, that study. And hopefully, another push I'm going to make is to find a foundation to get that a bigger grant to continue doing studies on macrobiotic survivors. Again, publicity. 2 years ago, the Cushy Institute was approached by Echo Entertainment, a production company out of Los Angeles. They were contracted by Varia, which is a TV station on Dish Network, Varia, VERI.com. Any of you have Verizon? It's also on Verizon, right? Also. And there were going to be 26 episodes filmed, and of those 26 episodes of people that used other than Western medicine to cure themselves, all different, modalities. 6 of us were, 5 or 6? 5? 6 of us, I think, were macrobiotic survivors. So that is on TV right now, but on Dish Network. Unfortunately, those of us who have copies of our DVDs are not allowed to sell it because we don't have the rights to that particular thing. But, there is a way that you can view it on Verizon and on Dish Network. Thirdly, I just want to make a pitch, if you don't mind. Sorry, but I have a political background, so I have to harp on something that I heard Dr. Barnard say, and I plan to really do a very big lobbying effort myself in Congress. I ran for state office in 1992, so this was post-cancer. I'm very much in agreement with Dr. Barnard that it's got to start with our politicians to change the way we feed our children and we treat ourselves. And I really believe that many of you here, I'm sure, are activists, and I encourage you strongly, please see me during the cruise, because I already have a group of 10 people that are going to start really writing letters, going to various organizations, and like PCRM, like Dr. Barnard's group. So I strongly encourage you that we have to get out there and make a difference. So I hope I've answered your question. Thank
My
you.
question to you is, what tools do we have in convincing somebody? All the stories, which are great, some of them don't have the rights to be published on YouTube or whatever. I don't know if Sandy's in the audience. Can we take this video that has been here with some resources and put it on Taste of Health sites, or I can put it on my website, just post it on YouTube. The question is, can we have a kind of a centralized place that we have links to a bunch of videos, of testimonials, of stories that would, you know, all you need to do is give it to somebody for them to start the exploration and have a lot of resources in it. Is there anything like that, or should it be debuilt?
Well, there are plenty of various websites, but I totally agree with you, and that's the effort that I'm going to be working on. I have my own website, my own blog, I have a trailer on YouTube, I have my own YouTube video channel, but it's going to take a much bigger effort with a lot of people. I'm one voice, I want a lot of people, but I have to just put in one pitch, please. 23 years ago is when I started Macrobiotics. When I started speaking at the summer conferences that we have in New England, there were maybe 5 or 6 cancer survivors on a panel. I really have to thank Sandy, John, Sandy Kukel, John and Jan Bellamy. Sandy's been telling me for years to come on this cruise, and I could cry. This is the most beautiful experience of my life. What they have done is incredible. They pull people here that maybe some people here who really didn't know about macrobiotics at all, and I know because I've spoken to many of you, but now they're so intensely interested. And I suppose the way to do all this is A, to start dealing with people like myself and other people who want to become more active, whether it's lobbying, whether it's getting a website going, but also bring one person with you next year and make the numbers go from 800 to 1,600 and start exposing people to this type of activity, because this is what's going to make a difference. I've never seen anything like this, and I've been to plenty of expos, health and fitness expos, macrobiotic events. This is phenomenal. Please believe me, I've been around for a long time, so if we could work together, help out Jan and John and Sandy, and make a difference, and maybe we can start big conferences in the future so that we can get the word out in a bigger way. Thank you.